Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is the 30th of July, year 2021. With you will be none other than David or Dave. This is basically a follow-up video to the one that I did previously for the Philips Brilliance 220SW model external display or TFT LCD monitor that had the backlight issue, specifically the latter turning on for a second or two then disappearing. However, the picture remaining on the screen if I was to shine on the latter at a certain angle with a LED flashlight. Because believe it or not, yesterday, I think it was just after midnight or so, by mere chance or accident as usual, when I was scrolling through YouTube looking at videos, completely unintentionally, I found a fix for this. So I was really ecstatic, more than pleasantly surprised that I found a working solution for this issue because, as I mentioned in the previous video, I completely gave up all hope on ever getting this monitor back to life, and I already wrote the ad for it or listing on a website that I'm selling this is broken. So it was really great that 14 hours back pretty much I found a solution for this. At the same time, with this wonderful discovery that I found, I was also left at a bit of a, you could say, crossroads or standpoint, pickle on specifically how am I going to effectively deliver my message to my audience. So existing subscribers, new viewers, or future subscribers. Because basically I had two doors on which I could knock on. The first door would be that I would have to redo my previous video that I already recorded, put a lot of effort into it, post-processing and the likes. Or just I simply make a new update or follow-up video. So I basically decided to choose door number 2, and I'm glad I did. Before I give you the disclosure as such or the reveal what I did, a few words on how the video is going to be conducted or organization. First, I'm going to show you what I did, add some explanation, theories, then I'm going to reassemble the screen and we're going to test it. As you can already see, the laptop that we used in the previous video, the Dell Inspiron 1525, which I have currently plugged in so that I'll be able to run it on the battery. You see the light is glowing. And then we're going to add some conclusional notes. The solution to the backlight issue is located on the power board naturally, but on the back side of the ROF, specifically at this integrated circuit from O2 Micro. So this is your OZ9938GN chip. Specifically, it's a LCD-M CCFL inverter microcontroller. Now let's have a closer look at what I did. A bit of a close-up. So these are very, very thin copper wires. This circle over here, this means that this leg over here or pin, this is pin 1, 2, 3, 4, and the likes. It's a 16-pin chip. And what I did was I shorted pin 3, 6, and 7 to ground. So basically pin 3 is timer, 6 is vSAN, and 7th is OVPT, and this was shorted to ground or minus. What I did specifically was that I removed the protection that this chip offers. As such, if you look up on the internet OZ9938 remove protection or protection pin, you'll find interesting results, and that was basically how I came across this solution. But originally it was under a couple of, you could say, foreign language-wise YouTube videos, and from there on I was able to find my way through the Google or DuckDuckGo search engine by properly utilizing the words and finding the fix and some explanation tied to it. The description part of the video, you have sources for this fix. One is, I think, a Facebook post. Another is, well, basically a couple of solid links from other websites. I essentially found quite a big database of these LCD-M CCFL inverter controllers that are located on different power boards for these old TFT LCD type screens on basically how to remove the protection from each individual chip. So that is quite a big or very good find. Another YouTube video, in the comment section, I found a post suggesting or basically explaining that this is not to be considered as a permanent fix, only a temporal solution, because on the long run this idea can burn out the CCFL tubes in your screen. So until I go shopping and I order myself and receive a new chip, this will be my temporal fix as long as it works. But until then, this is how it stays. A few brief words on how you can basically find the ground. It's not that hard, you just have to play a little bit with your digital multimeter set in the diode or continuity mode, and then just use the test probe leads to touch a little bit on the board, various spots, and you'll find the ground. Of course, because it is important that you find it as close as possible to the chip so that you don't have to solder really long wires to the ground. You want to make everything as compact as you can. So let's say I'm going to put the negative test probe lead here on this screw. Okay, this is the ground. This is also the ground. Here is the ground. So you have to follow a little bit the trace, or you can just try randomly touching things. Okay, this is ground, this as well. And then you eventually find it. Now that we have had a much more closer look at the solution or fix, also discussed a little bit about possible limitations when using the proposed solution long term, now all that we have to do is reassemble the screen, connect it to the VGA port of the Dell Inspiron 1525 laptop that you can see a little bit on the right side of your screen, and do the testings. The screen has been, as you can see, fully assembled. It's plugged in via the input 220 volt power cable. The VGA cable has also been plugged into the VGA port of the Dell Inspiron 1525 laptop. The battery is charged more than enough so we can conduct this experiment. So let's turn on the laptop and enter the BIOS. Press the F2 key. I have already pressed the power key for the monitor to come on. As you can see here, a faint blue light. Okay, so let's try mirroring the screen by pressing the Fn plus F8 key simultaneously. Voila! Just look at those nice colors. But most importantly, that the picture stays on. So I have already a little bit fiddled around with the menu or the button controls here for nice crisp picture. So now we can have a closer look at that menu. But yeah, this works now. This is the proof. So pressing the menu key. So all the options are available. Okay, let's see if I can change this. So let's press down, contrast. Okay, let's see. Gonna go max. All right, perfect. Let's see what's here. Nah, let's go back and go down. Color temperature. Okay, this should be interesting. Perfect. So the light or the picture changes when we, of course, change the settings. So everything is pretty much working as it should be. So the backlight has no problem staying on permanently. Perfect. Let's exit the BIOS and let's enter Windows. So probably now the picture won't be displayed. Oh cool, it will be. Okay, so this is going to take probably some time to load because, as I mentioned in the video for the Dell Inspiron 1525, this laptop is running with only 2 GB of DDR2, 667 MHz RAM. Okay. So nice, it is working in the contrast, I love it. So glad I fixed this monitor. Therefore, we are really finally at the end of this video tutorial or journey documentation that we took in finding out what is a working solution in order to fix the monitor that you see in front of you. So the Philips Brilliance 220SW model, external screen or TFT display that had the backlight issue, not staying permanently on, disappearing after 1 or 2 seconds, but the picture being present on the screen if you shined over it at a certain angle with a LED flashlight. Even though, of course, the final proposed solution does have its drawbacks, I will use this until I buy myself a new OZ9938GN LCD CCFL inverter microcontroller. But until then, this is the fix that it remains, and it will be used for some time. I do hope, therefore, that you have found the video informational, that you learned something new. If you have any other questions, suggestions, constructive criticism, leave that all down below in the comment section, which is open, and you're always invited to a civil discussion. If you haven't liked the video, please do so. If you want to share it, I have no issues here. If you're a new subscriber or a new viewer, thank you for stopping by, subscribing. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you for staying with me so long. This has been David or Dave. Today has been the 30th of July, year 2021, and we'll see you in another tech-based video, hopefully very soon. Bye-bye.